or having on the way to school or send on the way to work. Okay, that's a bit, it come in a bit later. All right, so let's just start right now for my morning MAO. Let's go. Okay, guys, today is the 12th of May, Wednesday. All right, the NASDAQ has rebounded, but the Dow sell off. All right, so it's a papa bear here. All right, now before you think that, oh, okay, I want to sell me the bear again, before you go to that level, it's all right, relax a little bit, okay? I promise you guys, unless the general trend has changed, if not, it's all right. The front part of the morning, okay, the front of the MAO, it will be on a trend, the current trend. And the current trend now, for most of the market, is still uptrend. So I'm going to focus on uptrend today for the first part of the morning. Then only the later part, then I'll talk about the alternate market views on the other side of the market, okay? So let's just continue this morning MAO right now. Okay, so the thing is, this is a time to sell or buy. You know, the thing is that for the bull market to continue, you need to have a type of complacency where people are very happy. They don't really bother the bad news. People are very optimistic. That is where the complacency comes in. All right. And of course, we're short of this fear of missing out, FOMO, right? This will actually continue the market. So before you jump in and ask me, Cal, is the bear market coming in, right? I'll just throw you back this thing is that, do you still see complacency in the market? Do you see FOMO in the market, FOMO? If they are still there, means the bull market will likely continue. All right. So if the complacency is no longer there, where complacency change around, then of course things may turn around. So got the idea of this cartoon? All right. Actually, every morning I will search through the internet and find you the best cartoon to present the day for you guys. All right. It's not an easy task because not every cartoon is suitable. So I must find a one that leads to my what I learn share every day. Now, in case you ask me once again, right, every day I will be up by 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning to prepare MAO for you. So, you know, it's a 3 hours hard work because by the time I finish everything, it's about 8 o'clock. All right. If I had to send my kids, including that, okay. And then after that, I shower, I get myself ready. All right. So 3 hours of hard work to lead to one MAO result, right, is really not that easy. Okay. So, of course, I only ask for appreciation, then not. Okay. All right, hope you guys enjoy this MAO today. Now, because this MAO today got a bit of interesting stuff right from the opening bell of today's MAO. So NASDAQ last night ended a wild day flat after the big tech reversal. Dow Jones dropped 470 points for the worst day since February. Now, this was actually at the very start of the day, and when the Dow actually fell quite a fair bit, right? Okay, so the thing is this, all right, what actually led to the selling? Now, this is the New York Stock Exchange uptick and downtick. That means that whenever the market come in to buy and sell, right, they basically, you know, tabulate the movement. Now, what was insane, it was, right, since 1990 till today. Now, you don't see this on mainstream media. I guarantee you this. You can't see this on mainstream media. I dig it out for you. And you can see that yesterday, last night, when the cash market opened, wow, you have one of the history books movement, right? Whereby the New York stock companies, right, basically downtick means everyone around it was selling so heavily to the upticks and downticks, right? They actually have already negate each other. But yesterday we have the biggest downtick. All right, that means after they negate each other, right, the biggest downtick of 2069. That is a lot. It was the most widespread bout of selling in the history of the indicator. You can understand my point itself, which means that, right, yesterday we really saw a big movement sell off, okay? And this selling is really the biggest ever since 1990. So the last 36, 31 years, this is the biggest bulk of selling. But before you jump the gun and say, okay, Cal, it's time to sell, right? Before you do that, let me just do one more thing for you, okay? Apparently itself, right, the tick index is a contrarian measure said by this guy, who is one of the advisor in this specific live fund advisors. If everybody is selling everything, okay, is indiscriminately, it's not a time to hit for the door yourself. Now, this is something that I always believe, because you think about this, if every transaction is always a buyer and a seller, and if the market tells you that it's full of sellers, my only question mark is who's buying? You understand my point? That's the first thing that might come to my mind. Second question is this: if the market rebound, I mean there are more buyers and sellers, right? And we saw the NASDAQ actually rebounded. Let me show to you guys. Look at it. before I show you this one here, okay, hold on. Look at it. The NASDAQ actually sold down at the very opening bell. The Dow also did that. But the interesting part is this. Look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ actually went all the way up and closed near flat level by the end of the day, while the Dow Jones stayed down about 1.6% on average. All right, so this tells you that the market, NASDAQ yesterday, was full of buyers. There was a gap down, that's for sure. And the up-down tick was very heavy, but very interestingly, it's right, the market was full of buyers. All right, so let me show to you through a video, right? It's a very old video. It's actually a scene from one of the movie which I like, okay, to show you that how the selling was, how fanatic the selling were at that moment, that moment itself. Of course, it's out of context, but just that how you can feel it. Okay, let me show to you now through the video. Watch this, guys. Okay, this is actually from the trading places. All right, one movement there. Okay, take a look. Enjoy. The Dukes are trying to come to the market. Okay, so this is just one of the scene in this particular movie. All right, Trading Places. All right, it's a very cool movie, quite fun to watch. All right, now basically what I'm trying to say is that was about momentum. You can see the market when it opened, the cash market opened, right, the sell tick everywhere was just dumping. But because of that itself, right, something came in, something strong came in. And what came in? Let me just show to you what came in. All right. So you can see that, right, this is the most shortest stock that I cover on the MAO every day on the second part of the MAO. You can see that the market basically gaps down and went down, right? Now, I told you guys before many times, the big boys play the game like this, okay? They will sell first in anticipation of what will happen later, which is further downside. And then after that, to kill and drive the nail to the coffin, they will make sure that when one day, they will just slam it down so hard that everybody will freak out, panic, and then they will sell. And then that is whereby they will come in to short cover. Look at it, how dirty this game is, but look at it. Now, we know that before the market opened last night, cash market opened, right, the market was fearing on the inflationary problem. They were fearing about the potential highest interest rate may be coming soon. And that was a grapevine that was sending across the board. And that was why the NASDAQ came down almost 2.5% at one stage. But the moment the market cash opened, right, look at it, when the liquidity comes to the market, the boys, instead of selling, they went in to buy. So this is how incredible things happen. And if you were to short sell the market yesterday on this day, actually, then you'll be hit. That's the reason why we keep on telling you guys this. When you want to do something, you sell from the top. And you buy something, you buy from the bottom and not the other way around. And obviously, this is one part of it. If you look carefully now, even UP Innovation, UP ETF also did the same thing. All right, so there is an ongoing speculation that did they really come in themselves to buy a lot? And they not only buy them, they buy the stock itself, they bought across the board, because we saw Tesla also performing the same thing. Now, Tesla basically have a problem because of the China expansion problem, but there's something else that I picked up from the internet. And as usual, it's not really found in the internet. All right, it's something about what happened in China recently. So I'll share this with you only in the later part of MAO. But my point is this: you can see even Tesla, despite the China factory not going to have it, but the market is still continuing to buy. So it's very clear. And even Amazon also gapped down. And of course, look at the pattern, the way they buy, the timing they buy, and the way they construct the buying. You see, it's very clear that someone is actually behind the scene buying at the same time. Now you realize that the buying is really, together. And obviously that simulated the NASDAQ higher, right? So this is going to tell you that at this very moment now, there are some seen imaginary power buying the NASDAQ. So this will actually have a spillover effect for later Hang Seng and China later. But more important thing is that that's how the world works in the financial market. So I'll talk about this more NASDAQ on the technical side shortly, but I hope that you like this morning preparation for you, especially for those who are, who bought NASDAQ at a lower price, or those who actually want to buy US stocks. I did tell you guys when this ARC Innovation goes down below 100, you can try to pick some, you can short cover, you can consider to buy some, and we did that. We actually did that yesterday when ARC Innovation opens and went below 100, we bought back some of our shorts. Yeah, that is what we do. So you can see that what we do is that we sell when people don't want, we buy when people don't want. You can realize that, okay, that is how you do this, okay? Cool. All right, so if you like this this morning MAO, this fun part itself, right? If you like what I just dig up for you, please key the word like, just key the word like, LIKE, so that I know that my effort is not wasted. All right, so let's see your response. I'll take some water. Okay, so while we're waiting for your reply and respond, right, I want to show you something very important for the bulls, okay, the bulls. Now, this is a collected data from Deutsche Bank, since for Bloomberg Financial LP. Look carefully. Now, this actually is a very incredible index that basically do an average pathway of the S&P 500 since 1928. So we're talking about nearly a 93 years data here. Wow, 93 years. So what does it really tell us from here? Well, it basically tells us two very important things is May and June and September and October. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yeah? Okay, thank you guys for your likes. I think having some problem with my handphone, not really coming in. Okay, so thank you. You can see that, right? This is May, June, and September, October. Now look carefully, right? You notice that over the last 93 years, whenever come to May and June, we do see a interesting pullback in the S&P 500 and the rest. Okay, then after that, incredibly from June and July, it seemed to be a very strong rally, and this may even continue to July to August. Can you see that? All right, so that is the thing about trading here itself. If you have some statistics like this, you will know that maybe May to June, which is now, the market may have a little bit of pullback. But prior to that itself, right, you notice usually the market will peak first near the early part of May, which we saw on NASDAQ. So quite cool, right? So which means that if there's any form of recovery, it will be in June, usually, and it will stretch all the way to August, okay? Now, it may have a little bit more upside in the August-September month, but do watch out for usually September, October, this period of time, right, the market got a little bit towards downside. Now, we all know that, right, usually some of the biggest stock market crash came in October. So, of course, that is another way to be careful. But is it going to be always like that? Nope. This is just a 93 years, tabulation. Right, last year, it wasn't like that. Last year was all the way bull, so you don't need to worry about that. So, guys, take note, May and June, one period. Then September, October, another period. These two are the more to the bearish side. Once this is over, things are back to normal again, and you can see how it goes. All right. So hopefully, guys, you can benefit out of this, and also hope that the market really follows. But just remember this: don't just have this mindset and think that, oh, this one will sure happen. It just happened to be it happened to be still following history, and for the last 93 years itself, right? This is an average out. Okay. So that is another little gift that I want to give to all the bulls in the market. Okay. Cool, huh? All right. Thanks. Okay, so that is the little thing that I want to share with you. Okay, so before we start our morning, I always like to motivate one another. This is from Michael Jordan, one of the legendary basketball player. All right, some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Some others make it happen, right? Meaning a lot of people, right, they wish for something, okay? They want it to happen. They want to be rich in trading, will want to be really there in trading. But the thing is this, if you don't put extra effort to it itself, right, you really couldn't get it done. All right, I'm just going to give you one quote this morning. I just heard from, a very, very famous feng shui master. His name is Joey Yap. And it's caught my attention. One quote he gave is that you can't learn swimming through books. I repeat, you can't learn swimming through books. Yes, indeed. You have to dive into the water, get yourself wet. Yes, get a few globs of water, and then after that, you learn how to swim. I think that is very important. So this is something that we must ask ourselves, right? I can do MAO every day with you, but if you do not go into the market and try yourself, if you do not set up yourself a trading plan, then the probability of you not able to reach a target is not possible. It's very impossible. It's just like you're telling me, I want to be rich. Okay, what's the plan? You need to have a plan, and that plan must be able to see step by step how to reach there, how to be my first 1,000, how to be my first 10,000, how to reach my first 100,000, and so forth. All right, it's a plan. So like for me, it's all right. You know, I have a plan. When I came back itself, I have a plan, and I know that it's actually following. So that's why now we are moving step by step, going up and up, getting bigger and bigger. All right. So I also hope you guys have a plan for yourself. Okay, do you have a plan? All right, do you have a plan? Now there are about 76 of you guys. How many of you have a plan to become a millionaire trader? If you have a plan, please have this keyword have. That means that you have a plan, that you know that you follow this, you become a millionaire trader. If you have it, please keyword have. Okay? That if you let's say, all right, if you actually don't have it, you say no. So let me hear you guys. How many of you had this millionaire plan? To become a millionaire in trading, you have a plan, a sound plan. Right, let me hear you guys. I'm waiting for your answer. Right, while I reset my Facebook on my handphone. It seems like I'm not able to receive these messages from you all properly today. Okay, let's try it out. Okay. All right, so seems is some of you have, some say no, some of you are planning. Okay, fair enough. All right, so why don't you just sit down today after this MAO, write down a plan, a constructive plan on how to use your capital, what to make every single day. Now, I'll give you one thing that what M Trader told me about probably 6 months ago. She have a plan, and her plan is very simple. She used the power of you know, the exponential power. She basically tells herself this: every day she aims to make, let's say, $200 to $300. Then after that, right, after 1 month of consistency, she'll increase it to $400 to $500. Then after the next month again, she increased. So every month of 22 trading days, as long as she hit her target every day, 1 month later, she will increase her target. And after a while later, by right, you should hit about $1 million. Okay, so consider doing this and you try it out on your own. This is going to be quite interesting, and you may want to really do it because she has done it before. So give it a try and see how it goes. Okay. All right. Now, if you don't have a plan and you still don't know what to do with it, then I got a plan for you. Okay, I got a plan for you. 2 plans, in fact. This Saturday at 10 a.m. Don't go anywhere. Give me 2 hours of your time. Okay, I want you guys to join us. Now, more than 130 people have already signed up in the first day of launch. Well, that is incredible. Okay, and so what will happen is this: myself, this guy Mike So, and Yao Dong, right? The 3 of us will be going online on Zoom to talk about cryptocurrency. Now, I will be telling you this. I'll tell you which coin to really target for this year. All right. Now, it won't be Dogecoin. It won't be Dogecoin. Okay. So don't worry about that. It's something else. Okay. It's something else. Okay. Why? All I can tell you is this, guys. You know me very well. If I'm going to present this on live and I'm going to tell you this, obviously I got some confidence in this particular counter. So this Saturday, stand by to hear it live from me. Okay, that's the first thing. Number 2, I'll tell you when to add on Ethereum. I'll show you some back tests, and you will see what is the main reason why Ethereum is in my radar versus the Bitcoin. And of course, I will how to share with you using the KCX indicator. Now, of course, this is open to public, right? So for my students, you guys are already well versed with KCX, I understand, but not to the public members. So obviously, the public members are your friends, your family members. Do ask them down. I will show them live. Now, more important thing is this: once they hear this Zoom session, they are able to try it out on their own. Yes, we're going to give them access to our so-called TWB cryptocurrency e-learning portal, whereby they can go in and understand more about cryptocurrency and then use the our indicator for free. I repeat myself, absolutely for free for 1 month. Yes, 1 month to do it, because we believe that very soon cryptocurrency will be the next darling for the next 6 months to come. So you want to really know what to do. And of course, I'll be telling you one more thing is that the seasonality pattern of cryptocurrency, to be careful when it comes to the month of June, and after that, what to do for the month of July and onwards. Okay, so it's going to be it's going to be full of a lot of great stuff. Okay, it's a cryptocurrency talk show. Then of course, what will Mike do? Well, I invited Mike come in because he's a man of the hour right now. He basically set up this thing called One Club, and he will be able to tell you why he is good in cryptocurrency because he's been there for quite a while already. And he will also be answering all the very tough crypto questions that usually you guys ask. We will ask him live, and we let him tell us right in the face what to look out for and what are the pitfalls of cryptocurrency. And last one, of course, my brother Zhang Yaotong, right? He will be sharing what US stocks to trade based on crypto. Now, he has been pretty good at this, all right? I can tell you this. Every time I meet up with him, right, he'll share with me his trades very openly, very honest, tell me how much he make, how he buy, how he sell, and of course, how he read the market. I love it, right? Because for US stocks itself, it's really not easy. There's so many of them. So he will actually give his secret on how he used the TWB system and his formula combined together to trade the US stocks. I think this will be very good because think about this, okay? If let's say the cryptocurrency market really goes up, right, some US stocks will be definitely enjoying this ride, and this will come together. So he will be also leaking out some of the trade secret. So the three of us are three things to share with you for 2 hours. I think it's going to be a great session, okay? So guys, don't miss it. Register right now. Go to www.tradewiththeboys.online, okay? All right, we call it as a 515, right? 515 event. So guys, tell all your friends to join this 515 event. This is going to be lovely. It's from 10 a.m. Singapore time to 12 noon, okay? Thank you guys. Please send a great message, okay? Thank you guys once again. All right, so before we start this morning, once again, we have our disclaimer as usual. Please read through what is here on the screen right now. And in the next 5 seconds, if you are okay with the disclaimer, and I count to 5, and you're still staying on, you identified me, and we move on, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, someone asked me this, Kel, you every day do this, just show and let's move on. Now, I think that it's a very important, responsible work to actually remember to remind you about the disclaimer here. Now, of course, when you make money, I'm happy for you. But sometimes itself, right, I can't be that accurate, right? So there might be losses. So as long as you know the risk involved, I think that's most important. It covers you, it covers me, all right? Oh, sorry, the animation is not there. 1 minute. Okay, no wonder I find something was missing this morning. Okay, hold on a minute, guys. A quick one, I'll be able to get it stopped. Okay, right, Stanley Druckenmiller, all right, he's a multi-billionaire, all right, he is actually the protege of this George Soros. Now, Stanley Druckenmiller this morning says the Federal Reserve is endangering the dollar global reserve status. Now, that is very clear. I mean, we should know this very clear. We've said this before. The longer the Federal Reserve continue to press down the dollar because they want to make sure the yield doesn't go up, and they also want to make sure that, right, there'll be more money available for the system. This is going to threaten long-term health of the US dollar. That is 100%. And what is going to be even easier to understand is this. If let's say they don't stop it now and that the market corrects, and what happens next is that if they need to save the market again, they need to print again, and that will totally destroy the dollar value. You understand my point, right? It's just like telling you this, okay, the stock market goes up from 30,000 to 35,000. There's a lot of money there. But the buying purchasing power itself, right, is decreasing. The cost of product is increasing. So think about this. If the cost of product is increasing, all right, and the buying purchasing power of mine is decreasing at the same time, then seriously, it's not going to stimulate the economy. And apparently they know it, but they're still doing it because why? Probably someone in the Wall Street wants them to do something like that. So this is whereby he's saying that. But of course, Jim Cramer. Now I don't know whether Jim Cramer is a billionaire or not, but he totally disagreed with Druckenmiller. Okay, so Jim Cramer saying nope. Okay, he disagreed and he found that right, this is absurd. So end of the day is this, right? I will leave it there. But tonight we will know that there will be a very important data, the CPI data. So the CPI data will be out later this evening, and of course the data will be watched very closely, and we'll see how the market reacts accordingly. All right. So once again, I don't know who to believe in a way, but of course we do know that it's a eventual thing that the dollar will go down lower. So that is the reason why I suspect that gold price and cryptocurrency, they will benefit from here itself. Okay. So that's my reason why I'm basically leaning towards crypto, okay? Now, of course, but when this Druckenmiller was talking, right, they invited another guy. This is a federal official, Bullard. So Bullard says that nope, it's not a time to ease back the throttle. It's no need to consider even tightening, because why? There's no reason to do that. Now this is how it looks like. Okay. Now he says that, right, this inflation is just transitory. I repeat the same words that this Jerome Powell has been using, and he's very clear with that. He said, look at the metrics, look at the fatality, look at the confirmed cases, guys. Really, unless the CDC come out that they are okay, then we will be able to do that. So now they're pushing the thing back to CDC. You know the thing. So my question is this: CDC already said that do not reopen the economy, but they are reopening the economy. So it's like a little bit of like, here and there. They don't want to do the tapering, but they also want the economy to continue. But they're looking at the numbers now. So end of the day it's going to be very difficult to understand. But I'm not going to be bothered by this anyway. We all know the fact of the matter is the more money you pump in the system, inflation will rise, people buying power will decrease. As long as the stock market is up, don't worry, things are good. But if the stock market do come down for any reason, maybe it's just really, even though it's time to get out, then all the trouble will point to the Federal Reserve. And again, they'll be pointed for behind the curve, as usual. But as long as the market is not near there yet, there's no reason to be worried, okay? Heard me loud and clear, all right? So, of course, the last one to wrap up for this global news today is this one here itself, is what Lawrence Wong have said last night, okay? Yesterday, to be correct. So you can see that, right? Singapore on 9th age, okay? Community cases can go either way in the coming weeks. I mean, seriously, when I saw this thing, what do you mean by either way? Up or down? I think that is more important, right? So by either way, it's telling me that as stuff like, okay, the Dow Jones, if up go to 40,000, it's down go to 30,000. So it's like the same thing. So kind of like, okay, question mark. But actually, from the cases we see, we just have to be very careful. That's all, guys. Just stay careful, okay? Put on your mask and stay and keep your distance. If someone is not feeling well, get this person to see doctor, all right? That's more important than not. Okay, all right. And also, because of this thing itself, even though recently we opened office to more people to come, but because of what's happening right now, we're going to reduce back the number to 5 people to able to come to office. Okay, I mean, I said myself, Keng Hua, and Susan, 3 of us are permanently there. We only accept 5 students to come to office. So before you guys come to office, right, to visit us, give us goodies, please check with Susan first. Do we have more than 5 people? We don't want to get ourselves in trouble, the law, and also we don't want to get sick also, right? Anything can happen, guys. Just stay safe, okay? That's very, very important, huh? Okay, all clear? Okay. So we have earnings continuing, right? We have seen the Pfizer news already, very good. We also saw, Pfizer was good. We saw the Palantir was good, was not here, barely. All right, but today we will have the big one, which is Microsoft, PayPal, Tesla, Square, GM. This is going to be big. All right, so guys, this is going to be big for today. So today will be a very important day. Look out for the market, okay? All right. And of course, yesterday, the JOLTS, okay, jobs opening, we have a better number, 8.123 million, but the market didn't bother. So you see, guys, when the market bother certain things, they bother. If they don't bother, they don't really bother. So you look at last Friday when the non-farm payroll was so terrible, the market just buy because they don't care. When the market now is a good number, the market want to sell, they just sell. So you realize this, the news doesn't really give a part. It's just that when they want to use the news to give an excuse, then the news becomes very important. So anyway, today we have the core CPI number. The expecting is 0.3%. I kind of expecting 0.4 myself. So let us see how is it. Now the crude inventories is that right? I suspect that also there may be some interesting shift of numbers today. So do watch out for. It's basically at 8:30 p.m. Singapore time and 10:30 p.m. Singapore time. All right. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's look at the Dow Jones last night. The Dow Jones, once it opened, it went all the way down. Then after that, there was some reprieve, right? But eventually, it just stayed flat for almost 3 hours, okay? So flat is the downside, flat, okay? So we will see what to do. So of course, this is what the headline was earlier. Let's look at the big details. All right, so tech stock took a hit yesterday, right? Initially, because of the rising inflation and high valuation. But again, you see, there's concern for high inflation and so-called high valuation, right? The market came down. But the end of the day, the market went back up to where it started. So where is the high rising inflation concern? Where is the high in valuation? In fact itself, nothing was there. So that's why I tell you this type of news is really, don't bother. Focus on the chart. It makes you richer, okay? So You can see for themselves in an odd twist, the tech share rebounded in the afternoon as investors went back to name like Amazon, Netflix, and rest, things like that. So I leave it there. So it was a roller coaster ride in a way for the NASDAQ, but for the Dow Jones, it was quite clear it was on the way down. And I mentioned to you guys, right, once that's rising concern again, those Dow component stock will be the main hit. All right, so we can see on the job side, things are okay. The numbers are good, so it was positive, but the Dow just came off, right? So question is this, but there's still some components are down, like Apple and Microsoft. So whether this is going to be still the leader, we will look at it, right? So this is what happened last night. And more important thing is the NASDAQ rebounded. Keep on remember that, okay? The NASDAQ rebounded. So for the news wise, at the moment now, the Dow dropped lower. It's the worst day for in a 2.5 months. Yeah, indeed, 500 points is quite a lot for a rising bull, but it's maybe just a knee-jerk effect. And of course, at the moment now, the market is focusing on the NASDAQ and see whether the recovery is real or not real. All right. So let's look at a quick one and recap what happened last night for the Dow Jones. Take a look. So the Dow Jones, when it opens here itself, I told you guys, don't care, don't bother. When the market is below OP and below pivot 2, what do you do, right? You just sell. But Cal, the KSI is green, right? Yeah, the KSI green means that when you go to KTR -1 to -3, look out for buying interest, okay? Look out for buying interest. All right, so apparently it's all right. The market broke below the 33,810, right? So I told you guys there'll be another case, then a new TSCB is there, and this number is 34,074. And what's crazy and phenomenal, look at the low of the day, 34,077. Oh my God, look at it. This is how powerful our indicator is. It really tracks the market so well that it can tell you incredible stuff. So yesterday already, the TSCB already told us there's another level watch out for is 34,074, and again, the market rebounded really almost near thereby. Okay, all right, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the intraday movement. So once the market goes below OP, I told you guys it's a sell already. Now initially you can see it tried to stay around here, but once the BMB appear on your screen, you know that trouble is coming in potentially, and straight away the market did some selling and it went down to this point. Beautifully, it stopped at the KTR -3. Look at it, how beautiful is our indicator? It stopped perfectly at KTR -3 and rebounded, but it comes to the BMB. Can you see that? It's a BMB. So when the market couldn't stay above it, right? Again, selling returned to the market, and we saw the market coming off. All right. So guys, look at it, how incredible the system is, telling you guys about how the KTR works and how incredible accuracy. So imagine if, let's say, you were the market opening price of the day and you tell your friends all the KTR level and your friend will be stunned. How do you know the low of the day? And that is what really happened for that 45 minutes. Okay, guys, we already have a very powerful and amazing system. Okay, so now that is covered the US stock market. Let's look at today's market, shall we? Okay, it seems to be some selling again on the Dow Jones this morning. Some NASDAQ selling too. Let's look at the Dow Jones now. This is where all the time you guys are paying me for morning MAO by coming in online. Look at the incredible accuracy. Now, yesterday I told you guys that the Dow Jones has a moving average of 34,119, right? And really, the Dow Jones, once it hit that point here, it actually rebounded. So that is very powerful. So that is my point why you guys should be really focusing on this. And now it seemed to happen again. Oh my God, look at it. It happened again. This Dow Jones just touched the MA30 again while I'm doing the MAO. So now what does it tell me? Now let me tell you very upfront here, all of you, please listen up, okay? We are going to see either a big rally. I repeat myself, you didn't hear me wrongly. Either we're going to see a big rally soon or a big sell-off coming soon. Now, why do I say that? Because you notice this very clearly, right, guys? This is the first time, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This is the seventh time the Dow Jones touched the MA30 over the last 2 months, okay? And every time the market touches it, the market rebounded. So that is why I say there's a good chance the Dow will recover maybe by 200-300 points. But on the flip note, if the Dow Jones this time around decided to take the other way and sell, then I'm going to be very certain to tell you that likely we're going to see 33,000 338 level. Now, I repeat myself, I don't want to mince my word, I will say this again. If the Dow Jones ever close below the MA30, all right, close below MA30, based on what we are seeing over the last few months, right, there is a possibility that the Dow Jones is going to go towards 33,338. Are we clear with this? All right, so I've given you two things to watch out for. One is 34,119. Actually, I'll be accurate, a little bit accurate. I give you the exact level now. A bit lower, should be around here. About so about there, 13411. That's right, 34114. Okay, so Dow MA 30 is 34,114 today. Main support, if broke, if stay below, might see 33,338. Okay, guys, I already key in for you ready. Today's Dow Jones, the MA30 support is 34,114, which this morning just triggered because the low of today now is 34,113.9. 1 point only. Okay, that's at 1 point. All right, so guys, clear? You understand what I just said? Very clear. So watch out for this. Either we're going to see a rally or we see a sell-off. Okay, so this is going to be the point that all of us eyes must be on the screen. If all are clear, please put the word clear right now into the group chat. If you are clear on what I just said, please key the word clear, and then we can actually, continue from there. Okay, so traders, please, watch it, answer me, let me know that you guys are able to hear me loud and clear. Okay. All right, Anna, I know you're rubbing it. Just like what I said about Lawrence Wong, right? Because it's true. It's just on there. The MA30 is there, and it's touched 7 times already. All right, so that's my point here as well. So watch it today, all right? If it goes below, do what you do. If it goes above, do what you do. That is more important, all right? At least there's a direction that we know that the market itself is 7 times touching it, all right? That is very important, okay? All right, that is the point. So that's why all about understanding is perception, really to see it, because you can see from the chart there is 7 connection points over there. You know that something is there already. So, okay. So again, if you guys find that this is like hell, you're not saying anything, so I'll leave it there. All right. Because end of the day, very important thing is you need to know what you're seeing. All right. People who have seen together with me, they have benefited from selling the market last 2 days, so they know what they're seeing. But of course, I'll leave it there. Okay. So guys, you do your own call on this. All right, Hang Seng going to open up very soon. Jump to Hang Seng first. Hang Seng has basically traded below the MA 30 yesterday, so that is very ugly. All right, the MA 200 is going to be the next target that I'm watching out. So the MA 200, I'm going to put it there first. Hang Seng going to open in about a few more seconds time. China 850 has opened slightly lower, so Hang Seng likely will also be flat in the morning first. Okay, Hang Seng, let's go. It is Hang Seng, sorry. Again. Okay, Hang Seng has just gapped down slightly because, as I said, Hang Seng is more towards the NASDAQ. So even the Dow went down by 300 points or 400 points, the Hang Seng looks at the NASDAQ more. So you can see that now the Hang Seng is only a slightly lower compared to the usual, right? So you can see the Hang Seng yesterday closed about 27,997. Now it's at trading at 27,960. So it's 40 points away, so it really doesn't show much difference there. Okay, so all eyes on the NASDAQ. That will be more important to verify what will happen for the Hang Seng. I'll come back to Hang Seng shortly. All right, but China 850 right now is seemingly surging. Now there are some ongoing rumors say that, right, there are some government funds came into the Chinese market yesterday. So we will see whether it's any follow-through buying. All right, so let's just watch the market closer. Okay, so that is where we have now the Dow Jones. Okay, we have done that part already. Weekly chart wise, we see another sell-off. This time around, the magnitude is definitely bigger than usual. So the MLP for the weekly chart has already broke below. So let's hope that it stays there. If the market cannot stay above 33,900 level, right, that means it had technically broke the last 5-week trend. So traders just take notice of that, 33,900, okay? All right. So let's look at the Dow Jones today. How do we, get ourselves into the right thinking, okay? Now for the Dow Jones today, the opening price is actually above, above pivot 1. So by logic, we should see the price going higher, right? So that's why I say watch out for the opening price. Now the KSI is green in color, and based on the opening, as long as the Dow stays above OP, there is a good chance the Dow may actually even recover the losses of yesterday. It is possible. But on the flip note itself, if the market stays below the pivot 1 level, and that's 34,196, which is happening right now, then watch out for this very powerful and important TSCB level. Right, this is a newly born TSCB, newly born. You can see that it's newly born. So this TSCB is at 34,074 level. Okay, 34,074 level. All right. So the thing is this. Okay, the market has to stay above this number by today. That means that the closing price has to stay stay above 34,074. It has to stay. All right. If it stays above, the market will still be good. But if the market also loses this number, 34,074, then there is a next level to watch, which is nearer to its KCB level. This KCB level is 33,928. Okay, so it's pretty nearby, but you can see there's a lot of congregation over there, a lot of this support levels over there. So that's why I say that, right, the Dow may have a bit of downside, a bit of difficulty to come down. But again, we have so many lines over here, all telling you that, hey, you know what, we are okay, we are, there's all support there, fine. But if the market loses it, then of course, that's where hell will break loose, okay? So my personal thing is this: today, I kind of suspect that the Dow will be more to upside a little bit today, all right, unless the market really break the key levels, all right? Why do I say that? Because the KSI is green, okay? All right, and I say the bull market is still quite intact, so there's no real concern for this, especially if the market stays above the MA30 that I just mentioned earlier. Okay, I hope I give you all the numbers already. You can also know what to do with the market, okay? All right. NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ is actually not a very nice picture. I'll be honest with you, right? Yes, we saw a very beautiful recovery. It's a doji day, so likely today that market will be a directional day. Now, based on what we know, the opening price is going to be very critical. If the market stays above the opening price today, the NASDAQ is going to go up, all right? Because it's a doji day, usually the next day is a directional day. But if the NASDAQ stays below OP, right, then the danger will mount in. Why do I say that? Because the market did a very strong recovery and everybody is buying on that. This is the reversal. If the market do not do that, if this buying was actually done by some individual that basically push the market just to protect themselves, but once the market smell blood in the water, sharks will always arrive, right? So this why I tell you this, why my big concern is here, the 95% marker. Can you see that? Now we take the highest point of the NASDAQ, which is here, and we put the 95% mark. You can see on this day, the market basically closed below the 95% mark, and that's why we saw some follow-through selling. But of course, we see a very strong recovery yesterday, so that is why today the opening price will be very, very important. Now, if the market, by closing below the 95% mark, if it doesn't cross back above the 95% mark soon, then the pressure will mount on the seller side. And then the next level will be going down will be the MA200. Now, the MA200 now is 12,983 level. So where we are now is 13,310. We are about 400 points away from this level. Kind of a bit difficult to go there, right? But again, we just look at the market, right? We just don't need to speculate. We just follow through with the market. So if the market comes down, likely it should be able to find some base around this MA30, the MA200. I will sincerely say that, right? If the NASDAQ do come down to MA200, the MA200 level, do consider to buy back some position for those who are short selling, okay? Because history has proven it should be able to see some support. So let me show you even by history. Take a look, my friends. You can see that. Now you can see very clearly, this is the history that it shows that the market support itself at MA 200. I need to show you more on. Can you see this now better? Okay, here we go. And here we go. Can you see that? On 2 occasions since last year, April to date, 2 occasions, every time when the market basically bounces off the MA 200, the market will do a very powerful recovery or rally. So maybe we'll see something of sort similarly. All right, that is what I suspect will happen. But of course, on the flip note, if the market loses the MA 200, then the last time we saw this, it was in February last year, where the NASDAQ went down almost 1,500 points during the same period of time. But again, don't forget that was pandemic time. So this time around, no pandemic. Maybe the power of that may not be that crazy enough. Okay, so guys, very clear on the MA 200. So NASDAQ, watch the MA 200 for support. So I'm going to key all this into the group chat so that you guys can take notice of that. Okay, so NASDAQ all clear. All right, if all clear itself, right, that'll be excellent. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is NASDAQ for us. Let's look at the NASDAQ for today. Now, NASDAQ for today, also like the Dow, the opening price is actually above the pivot 1. So by logic, it should be going up. Above OP, above pivot 1 is always a buy. But at the moment now, the KSI is red, so the upside will be kind of limited. So KTR +1 to +3 do take some profit. Right, so wait for the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ stay above OP, right, you can try to venture a buy. But as I say, go slow in the quantity and also exercise quick profit taking. All right, it means that when the market goes up, right, do exercise quick profit taking at all the KTR. That's what you need to do, take note. Okay, that is the NASDAQ. Now with S&P. Now S&P 500 last night broke below the MA 30. You can see beautifully it broke below the MA 30 4170, and now it's technically trading lower. So because of that itself, right, we put MLP for today. You notice that the MA 30 MLP and the MLP of the S&P and the MA 30 is for same down level. So there's going to be a stack over here. It's either going to pressure down the market further, or if the market can cross this 2 line, then the market will recover. Okay, so we're going to look at that. Now the downer will be here because now the market is coming off from the high. Shall we speculate? Then 4033 will be the very important S&P 500 first support. All right, that's S&P first support. Okay, S&P. Uh, 4033. Okay, so that will be the ultimate support for the S&P for now, 4033. All right, current price is 4142, so about nearly 110 points away. So probably not so fast. I don't think so, right? But again, things can happen. So just make sure that you know where are the key level to watch out for in the market. Okay, cool. All right, that's S&P 500 for the conventional. And last one will be S&P 500 right now. For it, you can see also above the pivot 1 today. So more towards the buy side, and the KSI is green. So if the NASDAQ, if S&P stay above OP, right, it'll be a buy instead. Okay. All right. So you can see actually today is a little bit more towards the buy side, right? As long as the market stay above OP. So guys, remember this. I reminded you guys this morning. I said that before you jump the gun, think that I'm going to call for sell. You'll be very surprised that today I'm already giving you 2 views. And you just have to watch the market and trade according to plan. All right, let's look at Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng has recovered off the lows. Okay, lows are about 27937 is off the lows right now. China A50 is also trading a bit higher, so that is what's happening right now. Okay, so it looks okay for the upside. Now the DAX today. Now DAX yesterday I shared with Uncle Arun, right? Uncle Arun, I told you if DAX breaks below the MA 30, which is 15246 level. If it cannot stay above the MA 30, they'll be selling. And truth be told, yesterday, you can look at it, the market opens very near to the MA 30, purposely touch the MA 30, and then pull back and slam down. But of course, towards the end of the day, there was some recovery. So today, the MA 30 will be somewhere around here. That's about 15240. So it's about there. MLP apparently, and this BNB is about the same price at 15,170 level. So for DAX today, I suspect that there should be some recovery. Again, I repeat, some recovery first. But if the market cannot break MLP, then that is where the concern factor comes in. All right. So I hope that that is good enough for everybody. Okay, that's for DAX. Okay, that's where I covered everything on the US stocks already. Hang Seng. Sorry, I need to do Hang Seng just now, right? Right, this is Hang Seng index right now. Hang Seng index today, opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. So relatively the same thing, all right? If the market stays above OP, the Hang Seng will go up. But because the KSI is red in color, hence therefore, right, above OP, if you're buying, do take profit along the way. KTR +1 to +3, do take profit. Now, if the Hang Seng tap the pivot 1 and pull back, right, CCYR can be administrated if you want to go for the sell. Okay, now Hang Seng, there's a lot of KCB at the bottom. You can see that there's a lot of support at the bottom. So I do suspect that there will be some support even though it comes down. All right, so this is what we'll likely see for the Hang Seng later today. Okay, so there is Hang Seng already for all of you. Okay, so let's just look at commodities. All right, now gold yesterday was pretty okay. It was doing quite well. Suddenly the European market, there's some news. I couldn't gather much on that, but that was the reason that causes the gold to plunge $20. All right, not too sure what was it, but it was definitely a big sell order in the market. But after the market sold enough, it recovered back almost to where it started. So this shows you that there's a lot of buying interest on gold, and I kind of tell you guys that for that gold could be going uptrend in the near term. Maybe after the knee-jerk effect, if the equity market do fall, the gold will have also a knee-jerk effect, but after that, I suspect gold will be going up all the way. And I've been saying this for quite a while already, so it's up to you to decide. Now, the news-wise, there's nothing much you can find on the news. Just say there's some losses, erased gains, and the dollar par the value of the losses, and basically kind of flat, which is true. So there's no much real news in the market to give direction on the gold. So you can see yesterday, the gold also did a doji. Now you can see yesterday the opening price was below pivot 2, right? So logically below OP, below pivot 2 is a sell. But because the KSI is green in color, which means that normally it will not end a day low, the market rebounded, maybe hit KTR plus -1 to -3 is a buy, and that's why propel go higher. So let me show you now how the gold performed yesterday. So gold was really sideways all the way until this area here, whereby you can see once again the market couldn't stay above the P2 and committed a CCYR. A CCYR breaking below P2 is always a sell signal, and of course gold plunged all the way down. But when it came to KTR -2, you notice that the KCX came in, and also the market stays above the KTR -2. And of course, after that itself, right, some of you went into buying. Congratulations, that's where gold recovered. So again, guys, when the KSI is green in color, if you're not going to buy at a higher level, you look for it to drop down. Now, whether it comes down or not, it doesn't matter. But if it comes down, what you need to do is you go into to buy. All right, so that's why I believe some of you bought gold yesterday around this area and made money. All right, how many of you made money from gold? Can I see those who made money from gold? If you made money, can you key the word made, M-A-D-E. Right, if you made money from gold, please key the word made, M-A-D-E. Let me see how many of you, 88 of you guys, how many of you all made money from gold? I make some money, some pocket money for myself, so I'm going to key the word made myself. All right, let's see how many of you has done that. Right, congratulations. I think I'm having some problem with my handphone. I cannot see you guys typing. I must always jump out, then come back in again. Right, congratulations. So if let's say you all have typed something earlier, I apologize. I did not see it coming into my site. So sorry if I missed any writing. It's not coming in. Yeah, it's not coming in at all. Now I refresh. I saw the answers already. All right, congratulations to you, Anthony, Arun, Josephine, and Cynthia, and Kim Lai. All right, congratulations. Well done. Okay, that is the idea. All right, this is how we make money from gold. Okay, so let's look at the gold chart right now. I apologize today once again. All right, okay, Hang Seng has recovered. Hang Seng has recovered now. It's going to test the pivot 1 level. So that is where things are going to be interesting. If the market can go above pivot 1, likely the market will be going for the buy side for Hang Seng. All right, the main thing is this: Hang Seng cannot drop below pivot 1. Okay, it cannot drop below pivot 1. Okay, we will just monitor the Hang Seng later. Okay, let's look at the gold market first to get the idea of gold. Now, gold looks pretty interesting. Well, yesterday it had tested the 38.2, which is about 1828, and rebounded. So that is actually gave me a thought that it will go higher. But now this morning, I look at the gold again. It seems that it's coming off again. So, so I'm going to tell myself this: 38.2% of the Fibonacci, which is 1828. I'll watch it again. The last few times when it dropped below 1828, there was some knee-jerk selling, but after that it went above. So maybe I'll watch the 1828 very closely later. So watch 1828. Now the MA 200 is still the same, about 1811 today, around there, because the gold didn't move much yesterday. So mathematically it's still the same price, so 1811. So these two numbers are the main support. So I'll write it down. Gold main support will be 1828 and 1811. Okay, so as long as the gold stays above these two numbers, maybe we can see some recovery. Now, based on what I'm seeing right now, if the market can come down again and stay above the 38.2, right? I mean, basically the bet on will be is most likely it's going to test this point here. Okay, so if the market purposely come down and test around this area, likely you're going to push up to this point, because after such many tests, many pushes, usually that is where the market will, do some rebound. Oh, okay, there's some selling in Hong Kong right now. Okay, I just showed you, let's go my view on gold. Okay, there's some selling in Hong Kong right now. Let me just take a look at Hong Kong. Right, indeed, it couldn't go past, you can see very clearly, it couldn't go past the pivot 1 level. It's a pivot 1 stack at the moment, but you cannot trade yet. It's no CCYR yet, okay? So don't jump in first unless you are ready to take the risk. Okay, all right, that's gold for you. Gold weekly chart is still okay, still looks okay, so no much concern for that. Silver has pulled back. This last night has went up, but this morning has pulled back. But from the way I look at it, it looks set to test this point. Silver will test $27.92. It's going to be quite a possible high chance. Okay. Now, for me, it's not right. I'm quite into gold. I repeat myself. I am quite into gold. I believe that gold, after, if there be any equity pullback, gold will have knee-jerk effect initially. Knee-jerk means there'll be a selling. But once it's sold finish this area here, I believe that gold will go much, much higher. All right. I still believe that gold will hit my target that I met last time, right? 2218 level, right? I know I've been saying that for quite a while, but no choice. When Federal Reserve want to change the game plan, it changes a lot of things. So I can't tell you exactly when gold will hit that point now. I'm wrong on that point time frame, but I still believe that gold will eventually hit 2218. Okay. So I just gonna give my 2 cents worth. So if I give you a chart wise to show you what do I think of gold, well, if I am able to draw the chart, if I draw the chart, I would like see this thing to happen. Let me show you how I want it to happen. All right, there is MA30 over here, right? So if I am able to draw the chart, I would love to see gold coming down to somewhere here. So about 1790 level, okay, break below the 1800 to basically fake more people to come in to sell. Then later on, shoot up, something like this. If I'm able to, draw the chart myself, all right, that will be the most lovely thing to happen. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this little drawing, let's take it there. My target is still 2218. Now this number was a mathematical formula that I calculated. All right. Okay, so I can't remember how I did it already. I tried to figure it out one again. I'll share it with next Tuesday MAO. Okay, but still, this will be my preferred how the chart should behave. And of course, there's lots of money to make from gold. I love gold, honestly. All right. So by the time I call my mom to buy, yes, if the gold price do come down to this point and hover at the MA30, then I'll definitely get my mom to buy some gold. Okay, cool, right? Okay. All right. How many of you will buy gold? Just to check with you, how many of y'all would like to buy gold? If you like to buy gold, please key the word buy. If you like to buy some gold to keep, hit the word buy, B-U-Y. All right, let me see how many of you are gold fanatic. All right, I am. Right, I love gold. I mean, think about this, such a waste, right? In 2011, I missed a big run, even though I called for it. Damn, this is shit feeling. Yes, I see now a lot of you guys are buy, Louis, right? Buy at UOB, Anna, correct. You're absolutely right. Carl, buy, Michael, buy, Eric, buy. Okay. I really, this is terrible. My Facebook keep on, I must refresh to see you guys posting. Man, I'm missing all the good fun today. Okay, guys, sorry for not able to interact with you today. Don't know why. Funny. Okay, anyway, that is my gold view. All right, so for today's gold, let's take a look. Sorry to digress a little bit. Okay, this is gold price right now. You can see that gold today, we have a bit of problem here. Okay, wait a minute. A bit of problem here for gold. All right, you can see for gold that that is it's coming down to opening price is above pivot 1. It's actually a good buy, but now it's trading below OP, right? Once it go below pivot 1, then they'll be selling. But because the KSI is green in color, if the market can do this, if the market can come down to pivot 1 and then rebound later on, right? CCRY will be a good time to buy gold, and the gold should able to hit this 1842. Yeah, I think that will likely happen, 1842. Okay, all right. Now, on this coming Tuesday, I will share with you another thing that I recently has done some research for you. Quite interesting about how to, use the zebra formation. Yeah, you heard me correct. Use the zebra formation to forecast the potential movement of the market. More like a bit of midterm direction. Yes, apparently is that right? After some back tests, I realized that through the zebra, we can actually forecast a little bit on the potential movement of the market. So I'll talk to you more on this on coming Tuesday. All right, that means that next Tuesday during this Super Tuesday, all right, you want to hear this, all right? And it's going to be quite interesting. I'll try to show you some more examples this week along the way, and then to those who are a bit faster, you may actually pick up some idea from there. Okay, all right. So that is gold for you, silver done. Last one will be crude oil prices. Now, crude oil prices, you can see yesterday we have the pipeline issue. And of course, you can see that each time it comes down, the buying came up very strongly. So there is an artificial buying in the market right now for crude. So with this long tail at the bottom, usually this tells you that there's more upside to go. So I kind of suspect that, right, crude oil today may burst today or tomorrow, may burst towards this high price of $66.89 as long as it stays above MLP. Now, this is MLP for gold. So as long as the market stays above MLP, all right, crude oil should be going towards the 66.89 level. Okay, all right. So I just saw something changes. The Dow came down a little bit, but the Hang Seng went up. Okay, so it's like a bit of fighting against a lot of fights in the market. Okay, so that is the gold chart that I want to show you guys. And here we ended the first part of the MAO. All right, we're going to go to the second part of MAO. So if you are ready to hear some alternate market views, you can stay tuned. If you think that you have enough, you have heard all the buy signal that you want to hear, then you can actually consider to leave the MAO right now. And yeah, we'll resume in about 10 seconds time. Change phone. I just bought it. Okay. I will look to change phone too. Yeah. I don't know why today. What is going on today? Maybe too much stuff in my phone. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, guys. Welcome back for MAO Part 2, the alternate market views. Once again, the bear would like to sell, the bull would like to buy. So this morning we talk about the bulls, and of course now we talk about bears. Okay, so that's always very fair. The bull and the bear camp get to hear me live on both sides. Now this thing is this, we can see on Google search. Google search is this analytics, right? So Google search for the first time in history, everybody is actually looking at the word inflation. All right, so many people searching on this particular called inflation. Now definitely not myself. Okay, I do have a bit of search, but not that much. So this from America, USA, and you can see that everybody is looking for inflation, because it is true in America, the inflationary problem is actually surging, but of course the media is not covering it. Now, because of that, it's all right. Yesterday we saw the commodity prices. The day before we saw the commodity prices came off, right? We thought that that was a pullback that may go down further, but I did tell you guys before, I don't think so. I think that was just a knee-jerk effect. And truth be told, yesterday, despite the Dow Jones was down, the commodity prices recovers again. All right, and that shows you that it's not gonna stop. So if the market break the 94 level for the Bloomberg Commodity Index, I kind of suspect it go to 96, because end of the day, as I said, the only way for the economy to continue recovering is just keep on pumping money into the economy. There's no other way out. There's no earnings. There's no real thing happening right now. So this is the thing that I want to show to you guys. I showed you before to you the last MAO about 1 month ago. I show you about this ISM Manufacturing Index, right? When ISM Manufacturing Index goes down, at the peak, and if the ISM price paid leading is in front, usually we will see a bit of problem. Now, I'll give you an example like this. You can see here, right, back in 2009, okay, that was where the Lehman crisis was. That was the ISM price was at the lower end, but you can see that this was where the peak was, okay, and ever since there is right, the market, after this guy and this guy to the bottom, usually the market will react. So what I'm trying to say is this: whenever the ISM data is at a high level, usually the stock market will peak. And truth be told, the last few days, you see the ISM data really peak, and that's what happened to the Dow Jones, all right? So if we're going to have a follow through, we may see more downside in the coming few weeks, all right? So that is based on the ISM data, because from 1994, 2004, 2011 was comparable, and since that 2021 is there. So in case of this happening, a potential 10 to 20% correctional move is actually possible. Now, I'm not going to see 20%, but I believe between 5 to 8% near term is very highly possible. All right, very highly possible. So this is the 10-year yields. You can see that initially there was a knee-jerk effect, all right, from the non-farm payroll. But interestingly, after the last 2 days, the market has hover again back to 1.6%. So again, the inflation problem and the story is creeping in back again, and that's the reason why now. Previously, when he was talking about this, the Dow Jones don't care, don't bother, the Dow went higher. But this time now, the thing is coming again, but this time the Dow is reacting. So that is my concern. That is where by now the two things come together. Traders, you must watch this very closely already. And of course, you can see the most important thing is that retailers are no longer participating in the market. Look at the equity caused by the retailer. Apparently, it's going much, much lower as compared to the early of this year at February period. So retail participation has collapsed. It's very obvious through the spot gamma of the options market, and that it means that right, all the Gen Z and millennial trader now, they are actually either losing money or they are caught or they have given up hope. So when these guys are no longer in the market itself, right, that is where traders have two views here. Some say, okay, it's time to buy in the market. Some say, no, these guys are the one who push the market, and if they're not there itself, right, there's no fun anymore. The market may just go into profit-taking mode. All right, so that's two sides of the coin. You guys tell me which side is more important. Do you think that the Gen Z will change anything, or will they actually give the, it's actually a heads up of what will happen later on? Now, this is the last part of Tesla that, we saw Tesla coming off because they say that they have China problem, sales data issues, and also they are not going to continue the factory, right? So what I look at from the so-called unconventional media, apparently is right. There was apparently a Tesla car again whacked into China, Guangdong province, killing the driver on the spot. But of course, like the accident do happen on the road, so it's not really because Tesla problem. But if of course Tesla is well known to be, to protect them, so this is what actually happened. It's a short GIF, so just show to you what happened. The car was coming in and it didn't stop, and it seemed like it was on a very fast speed, and it whacked down, and the driver was killed on the spot now. So this particular media I couldn't find online because apparently, all right, it's really not the official video. So maybe if, let's say, the police think that this is not supposed to be shown, then of course this video will not be available. So that's why I'm just going to say this up front. The confirmation of this, how it really happened, everything is out. Don't speculate too much into it because the whole thing is still under investigation, and not too sure whether did they use the autopilot engaged. So apparently the main thing is all about the autopilot now. So, well, if you're going to say this, then that means there's still a long time for this Tesla to work around it to make sure that's one autopilot. Okay? So don't look too much into this. Anyway, just sharing, okay? Just sharing, nothing else. All right, guys, just remember this. Do remember to register for our 515 event. Tripwiththeboys.online is how to register it and get all the free bikes on that day, all right? Thank you once again for today's MAO. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that you staying on until now, all 82 of you. I will be back later at 2 p.m. to do our second half, our afternoon MAO. I'll cover a bit more on Ethereum. And if you guys want to hear more on Ethereum, stay tuned. All right, 2 p.m. See you then. Bye-bye.